All right, this is Shawn Ray for Digital Muscle. I am joined by our two-time Miss, is it World International Champion? Is that the title?
Rising Phoenix World Champion.
She knows Rising Phoenix World Champion. I was there, and she's also known as two-time Miss Olympia Andrea Shaw. Now, am I saying it right? Because I've been calling you Andrea, what is it?
Miss Olympia.
There you go. I just want them to get it right. How do you say it?
Andrea.
Andrea. Okay, Andrea, you're not an overnight sensation. You've been around for a little bit. I got the chance, I think the first time I actually saw you competing was in Omaha, Nebraska, and you won that competition. I think it was Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah, that's what kicked everything off.
Yeah.
You emceed that show.
And did you also win over in Toronto, or no?
No, Toronto was my pro debut, so
Okay.
that was a bit of a, my breaking my toes into the water, so to speak. But yeah.
Coming out of Detroit, Michigan, are you originally from there? That's where you live?
Yeah, so
All right.
Toronto was an easy drive. It was a no-brainer for a pro debut to me, but it was my last time on stage as a women's physique competitor.
And so coming from the women's physique division, I mean, it's got to be pretty daunting to think that you're standing here as a two-time reigning Miss Olympia. Did you ever think that this was going to be part of the plan?
I knew it would be. I didn't think it would be this fast, nor that I think it would be in women's bodybuilding, but I'm glad it turned out this way because it's perfect.
Well, and it's brought you here to Las Vegas. You're actually in Las Vegas in town to do a women's, what are you doing?
Oh, so Wings of Strength is putting on its first annual all-women's seminar for our NPC athletes, and I absolutely love supporting the NPC athletes. I want to hopefully be for them what I did not get as an NPC athlete.
You're like a mentor?
Exactly, and just someone to ask a lot of questions to, especially, woman to woman. So, we're hoping that tomorrow will just be open discussion, lots of skills, lots of going through the drills of, really making sure that these ladies feel confident getting on stage.
And you're not going to be alone. I know there's some other champions here. Natalia Coelho is going to be in here.
Yes.
I think, is Janet Leung here? I saw
She is. Our 5-time Miss Figure Olympia, Sid Gillen, is here.
Sid Gillen.
Yeah.
Sexy chocolate.
Yes, indeed.
So all these girls, I mean, how many girls are we expecting in terms of the professional speaking? About 10, 15?
There are at least 20 of us.
Now, is this a women's only?
Women's only.
No men.
Exactly. I mean, we have some men because JM will be actually filming it, so that's going to be cool. But we have a couple of coaches who are going to be on site. But this is all just about, again, athletes asking questions. And we're covering the athletes. We are covering more of the performance side of things.
Right.
But then we have people on standby, and we'll be speaking for the business side.
Yeah.
So people, if you want to get into show promoting, if you want to look at what all does it take to put on a show.
Yeah.
Because there are so many other ways that maybe, retiring from bodybuilding is something that, is at the forefront for some of these ladies, but what else is there?
It's interesting you say that because I just came back from interviewing Lee Haney. Lee Haney's got a show. Phil Heath has a show. I think Rich Gaspari's having a show in Maui this year. Lee Labrada's got his own show. I've got the Hawaiian Classic, adding pro bikini and pro wellness. But there is life after bodybuilding, so to speak, but with the conglomeration of the different people in your group speaking, and covering all of that ground, it's going to make things a little bit easier for the girls coming up behind you that may not have existed before you. We're seeing these seminars take place all over the place. I know Tim Gardner had one in Florida last week.
And it's needed. It's totally needed because, again, we are, even now, the athlete registration, we had to cap it at like 275. But there's also over 200 people on the waiting list.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
This is something that the athletes absolutely want. There's a desire for it. And you know what? I believe that this year, we're going to stand and deliver.
Well, speaking of standing and delivering, you came into the Miss Olympia, defended your title. I think everyone knew going in, coming off of the Wings of Strength victory again, that you were the odds-on champion. It doesn't seem like the girls have closed the gap. What is the X factor for you? Why are you so dominant right now when this was never even the plan for you?
I really think that it's just timing, and then again genetics. So even when I was a women's physique competitor, even a figure competitor, a lot of people were asking me, do you compete? Like, okay, yes, and I do. Well, I haven't seen a figure like yours since Linda Murray.
Right.
We haven't seen such symmetry and such full muscle belly. So I knew that it was definitely going to be in the cards. But I think that at this point in time, this is just, the doors are open for me.
Yeah, it's crazy because what Jake Wood has done with the Wings of Strength program and resurrecting women's bodybuilding, it was off the landscape for a good 5 years or so.
6
years. And then the door opened and you just kicked the door down because there's some good bodybuilding girls out there that come in all shapes and sizes. But at the end of the day, the eyes keep coming back to you, not only on the physique, but the performance, like you said, something that's kind of been lost in men's bodybuilding. But from the fruit of your labor, the victories and the success you've had, you signed with Mutant. Now tell me what that's like being a woman bodybuilder. There's not a lot of opportunities for female bodybuilders.
This is a rare opportunity. So, I mean, I had to jump on it. It was amazing. So, you know, again, after reviewing the company, trying the supplements, trying the product, I mean, I absolutely am sold. There's nothing like, and the reputation speaks for itself. I just got flooded with, once we hit that last video, it's a great company. I've been with them for years. I've been buying, you know, as a gym owner. I've been buying as a, you know, just a patron of the company.
Sure.
And it's good. It's good business. And again, I too will have someday that I retire.
Yeah.
Hopefully not until 11.
Own supplement deal.
Miss Olympia titles, but
11.
That's the goal.
Iris Kyle has 10. That's right.
Yeah. So you know, aim high.
Yes.
Aim high. So this is the time where everything that presents itself as an opportunity that I feel is feasible to go after, I'm going to go after it while I continue to defend my titles.
And I've witnessed a little bit of the disenfranchisement from the women with muscles, I should say, because the girls that were doing the business just weren't getting the opportunities. And it seems like now the door is starting to get open a little bit wider, and it's very well received. The last 2 Olympias that you actually won, the crowd didn't go away. The people were waiting with bated breath, but yet there you were, the dominant one.
Yeah.
Are you the new, I don't know, Corey Everson, Linda Murray, Iris Kyle? I mean, are you going to have that run?
That's my hope. That is my hope. And again, I'm still actively recruiting girls. So this is where I'm not an insecure woman to where I know what I bring to the stage.
Right.
I know what I work for. But there are some girls who are not doing well in women's physique that need to make the transition over to women's bodybuilding.
Yeah.
And, you know, they have all of the elements. And, you know, as the opportunity presents themselves, when I either see them at shows, some of them inbox me directly. I just want to tell them, hey, look, you know what? You are not where you're supposed to be.
Right.
And, you know, what are your apprehensions? What are your fears?
Yeah, I saw Jay Cutler do that with Phil Heath. I witnessed guys reach back and help other guys come up, which is great. So you're not afraid of the competition.
Not
What
at
is
all.
what is the criticism? I mean, you win the contest unanimously. Is there anyone in your ear telling you, hey, you know what? As great as you were, you need this, and as good as you are, you've got to do that. I mean, what do you got going on?
My coach, he analyzes everything, Mr. John Simmons, the IFBB Pro of Michigan.
Right.
So, you know.
And contest promoter.
That's right. And has
cameraman.
been for 20 years.
And my
20+
cameraman.
years. Yes, and he's doing a great job, by the way. But yeah, I mean, we always do side by side. So after every show, he'll tell me, I need you to get me all the side by sides of all your mandatories, and then we take a look and assess what it is that I'm going to be working on for the next year's development.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we always do that. That's the plan. And get better in certain other areas. So I'm going to be working with Rachel Daniels again to do the performance part, working with Sid Gillen again for more posing. Yeah, just staying on top of it.
Yeah, the Sid Gillen factor. She's got 5 Olympia figure championships. How does that tie into bodybuilding? Where does that come from?
She started off with bodybuilding.
Okay.
So, I mean, her parents, both of them were bodybuilders, and Sid used to judge. A lot of people don't know this about her. So she judged. She was like at some point the youngest judge for the NPC, and she's just been around so long. So when I reached out to her, I said, well, do you coach women's bodybuilding? She said, that's what I grew up on. And it was a no-brainer. So, and again, you don't win 5 times because you're slacking.
Right.
Right? She's got a certain drive and determination and attention to detail that makes her the best in the world. And I knew she was a perfect fit for me.
And now she has her own competition coming up, which you're a featured guest poser.
I am.
And the date is?
Oh, it is. Don't hit me.
I think it's in May.
May 21st.
There you go.
May
See, I'm
21st.
following.
My calendar's filling up, so
It
I gotta
is.
keep it sharp.
And speaking of your calendar, I mean, with the victory comes the spoils. You're making an appearance, I think, in February. Is this in Detroit? February 5th?
I am going to Virginia.
Virginia.
Another posing seminar
Okay.
with our good friends Tony and Victoria. They're also promoters. Tony always expedites the Olympia, does a great job. Several other shows as well. So the calendar's filling up. Then I have John Simmons. I'll be guest posing there.
What's that date?
That one is April the 23rd.
And before that, it'll be the Arnold Classic in Columbus, Ohio. You'll be featured at the Mutant booth there, signing autographs.
So come by, guys. Say
and you're
hi.
not afraid to take some shots and pose for these guys?
Never. Always got to flaunt the muscle.
Yeah, but then you got some other things coming up. Okay, you're going to defend your title in November at the Wings of Strength.
Yes, that should be November the 5th.
Let's not gloss over that. That is a $50,000 payday also.
And a car.
And you got 2 of them. The first year you got what, a Camaro, and then you got, was it a Corvette?
I got a C8 Corvette.
What are you doing with these cars in Michigan? It's like 5 feet of snow right now.
Well, right now I'm staring at them.
you're gonna have a car dealership to keep winning these cars.
I did sneak out the Camaro last week, but yeah, I mean, I try not to the weather is just not fun.
Now, what about the other shows? So we know that the Wings of Strength and the Miss Olympia are the granddaddies. That's where we see you competing. What are we doing to make the other shows a little bit more meaty? Is there a plan to like try to bring those other shows up for the girls?
I'm going to be there at a lot of the shows just to be a support for the girls.
Good.
Yeah, so that's where Wings of Strength and I are still working on my schedule for which shows that I will be at, but I'm planning to hit as many as I can.
I know Linda Murray's moved one to Atlanta this year. She also has the one in Savannah.
Yeah.
I know they have something going on in Romania. They have the one in Chicago. Is it going back to Chicago?
Chicago Pro is supposed to come back to Chicago, so I'm hoping to make that one because it's right next door to Michigan. That's an easy ride for me. And then there's the Tampa Pro. That one's always a really good show.
So how important are the supplement side to what you do? I mean, are you drinking shakes all day? Are you taking the BCAAs? How does it fit into your program?
Well, performance is everything.
Yeah.
So, that's where it's got to be a part of my regimen every single day. So, again, my morning starts out with, what I need to get me going for the day. Usually my pre-workout, my mutant pre-workout is
all
awesome.
in, baby.
My workouts are always lit. So, yeah, that's always what I start with. And then after the workout is my recovery with my BCAA stack. So that is just, like clockwork.
Well, we are in the month of January, closing out the month of January, and we're starting to get ready for the competition as of when for you? Your show's in November. When will you start turning it up?
As of my coach's date, he says April.
Okay.
But I suspect that I'm going to be doing like a mini cut because his show is in April. So I'm going to predict that I'm going to be starting something in March.
Okay. And
whether it's a diet or dialing up more cardio, he'll tell me when.
The off-season weight is?
As of yesterday, 193 pounds.
193 at basically 5'5" maybe on a good day. And then you got to come in. What's the contest weight look like? I know it's a prediction, but what about?
We guessed that I came in at about 180 as the last one.
You were 180 pounds winning in shape. And so who are you eyeballing? Anybody as competition?
Everybody. Because, I was the girl that came in as the dark horse. So I don't sleep on anybody. I'm nice to everybody, don't get me wrong, and I love the girls, I encourage the girls, but when it's go time, I get into my zone.
All right, well, we're going to be along for that journey. The Mutant Nation is in the house. We'll see you guys all at Columbus, Ohio at the Arnold Classic as well, and we're going to follow Andrea right on to the Miss Olympia and the World Championships. We'll all be there to document this progress. Congratulations on your success, and welcome to the team.
Stay tuned, guys.
All right, that's going to do it for Digital Muscle and Andrea Shaw. I'm Shawn Ray.